Today I will discuss my grandmother, Iris Susan McAvoy. My grandmother's life is similar to yours and mine, for the fact that we all have a past, present, and a future. My grandmother also shares the fact that she had to grow up, learn love, learn hurt, and learn life firsthand. So soon after the interview began, I learned that the world as I now know it will soon change once again as I walk through the life of my grandmother's past. My grandmother Iris was one of 8 growing up in the 1940s. Her and all of her siblings were born in the same house in Denver, Colorado. My grandmother was very spoiled growing up due to her being the youngest of the 8, but even that didn't protect her from the extreme Catholic view that was pushed onto her every day by her parents. And because of this, one of the 8 got out. Her older brother decided to join the army in 1952. Thus, he was sent to the Korean War. The Korean War was an intense war where America went to help South Korea from the attack of North Korea. This war lasted 3 long years. What's even worse is that her brother became MIA and a prisoner of war. My grandmother said, "We missed him a lot, but one night my mother had a dream and she said he was okay, and we knew that he was." This event brought their family closer and made my grandmother understand why her parents held her so close. This event also brought her and her mother closer than ever. She said that their relationship became much more loving and relaxed, which managed to stay true through the remainder of their relationship. Since my grandmother's parents were very serious about their Catholic religion, it only seemed fit that she went to an all-girls Catholic school. Her early years in school, my grandmother was often sick with asthma, and thus she was kept home. The doctor would have to make frequent visits to her house. I found that really crazy that doctors used to make visits and come to you. House visits have decreased since the 1950s due to rapid change in the healthcare system, but some still feel that it's a better way. After the early years of school, the asthma slowly went away, and she went on to testing into the highest level of her high school. She remarked, "This is when I found out that I was actually smart." Throughout high school, my grandmother worked odd jobs here and there, but like most teenagers, she was unable to keep them for more than a couple months. And she said, "My parents thought I was silly for working, and so I didn't take it as serious." Even though her family growing up was considered working class and wasn't well off, she was always told to focus on school, and that was the most important thing. The constant push of going to school and the realization of self-intelligence is what gave my grandmother the desire to go to college. However, a young man named Thomas Lammy came into the picture, and before she knew it, she was pregnant at 16. My grandmother said that in the back of her mind, she wanted to be a young mother. So when she had her first child, my dad, she was more than thrilled. My grandmother said that she referred to her life at that point as playing grown-up, and that she felt that she was better than her friends who didn't have babies because they wasted their time having fun and had no responsibilities. But now she says she wishes that she waited too because she should have been having fun. This is one lesson that my grandmother taught me at a young age. She said, "You're a baby until you have a baby, and babies have all the fun." This is one lesson that I will never forget. After my grandmother's youngest, Mickey, was in school, she decided to follow her dream and go to college. She originally wanted to be a teacher, but when her husband left her, she said she got serious about school, and so she decided to go to school to become a social worker. She went on to get her master's degree in only 5 years and has worked as a social worker ever since. My grandmother has helped the homeless, the psychotic, and the physically disabled people throughout her career. She said, "I have always loved helping people and caring for those in need, and it really shows since she is the most loving, caring person I know." Now life has hit the easy side for her, being newly retired, but only partially. She said she continues to work part-time for the extra money, but plans on fully retiring in the near future. What's funny about her saying that she will be fully retired is that she still plans on traveling and teaching English as a second language to children. As I walked through my grandmother's past, I gained a whole new appreciation for her. Doing this interview brought my grandmother and I much closer and allowed us to connect in a new way. So hopefully now you can see why she is an amazing person who really is just like you and me, just with a bigger story to tell.